Cowboy Bebop is a staple in the anime community. This one season anime has had its praises sung for years and years, which is why I ask you not to exit the video when I say I never watched it. You never watched Cowboy Bebop? Oh no, you need to leave. No, but seriously, I never watched the anime. But when I heard that Netflix was doing a live action adaptation of it, I knew I had to watch that. I'm actually glad I'm able to watch the live action before the anime, because I feel like a lot of anime fans, when seeing an adaptation of their anime, get so caught up with their love for the series and their admiration for the story that it's almost impossible for them to give us an unbiased review of that adaptation. You also see this in manga a lot. A popular manga series will get an anime, and no matter how good that anime is, you always have at least one person saying, well, it's not as good as the manga. Which is why I think it's important to have that unbiased perspective from a person who never dived into the previous renditions of that story. Unless, of course, the story in the manga is way better than the anime storyline. Tokyo Gore, I'm looking at you. So currently I only watched about 3 episodes of Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. So this is going to be my unbiased review of Netflix's live action Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is set 50 years in the future in 2071. In this universe, mankind has advanced to space travel, living on different planets, driving spaceships, and just exploring space. So in Cowboy Bebop, we focus on a group of bounty hunters, and in this universe, bounty hunters has the nickname of Cowboy. Currently, our crew is Spike Spiegel and Jet Black. Also, minor spoiler alert, I'm not going to be giving away too much information about the story of the first 3 episodes, but I will be talking about minor aspects of that episode. So if you want to go in completely not knowing what the show is about or what the storyline is, then this is your time to leave. Now, Jet Black is basically an ex-police officer who has a wife and kids, but he seems to be divorced from his wife and doesn't have custody of his child. Spike Spiegel is just your normal bounty hunter, but he does have a history, but I don't want to spoil that for you because when I found out, I was very shocked. But I will say, Spike is basically an OG. Now, when I was first watching the first 3 episodes of this series, I did kind of get annoyed by Jet Black quite often, because a lot of the things that he would say would be so cliche. Like one time he basically said, I would be okay with saying that it was nice talking with you, but that be a lie. And at first it came off as corny, but after a while you just get used to it and learn that it's a part of his character. And sometimes you're even waiting for him to say that cliche comment. And currently those are my only gripes with the Jet Black character. Now Spike Spiegel, I have no gripes with at all. I love this man. The fights that he does, the way he carries himself, his charm, and his mysterious backstory all adds up to what is essentially an amazing character. So for right now, those are the 2 main guys in the story that we will always be following. I'm not sure if someone else would join down the line, but I wouldn't be mad if they did. Some other important characters in this universe are the Syndicate, which is basically just a mob. But they're a very powerful mob with well-trained assassins and a lot of money. Now that I told you a little bit about the character in the world, I would love to talk about the actual adaptation. Now I know Netflix usually gets a bad reputation for its previous adaptations and how they handle it, but I feel like this adaptation is truly stellar, especially to someone like me who never watched the series before. One of my favorite things is the directing in this series. Now I'll try to show a clip of this series, But if I don't, that just means that there was copyright issues, my bad. But even so, if you watch the first episode of this series, you can tell this is good quality directing. It's not the usual point and shoot where there's no artistic value in it, it's just recording. The directing actually gives you a feeling when the camera is moving with the characters fighting, or the camera pans up. It makes you really feel like you're in this space wasteland. The directing does a fantastic job to get you engrossed in the series and paying attention to the screen. Another amazing thing is the music. Now I'm sure I can't give the credit to the Netflix series because I'm sure that they had it in the anime as well. But the music really does just top off the cake with letting you know that this series is such a phenomenal series. The music they choose for fighting, for conversations, for just cruising around the galaxy is always perfect. There's no dull moment in this series. Another thing I love about this series is the pacing. There's no moments when you're like, okay, well, let's get on with this. Why is it dragging on for so long? It's always constant, non-stop action. And I really appreciate that in a day and age where most of these movies and TV shows are just filler to get you more watch time. And I'm not sure how much money they spent adapting this anime to a live action, but in terms of quality, this live action looks amazing. How the spaceships look, how the characters are costumed, how lively the worlds are. Everything looks so real, and you don't ever stop to think, well, that doesn't look realistic. I'm loving this adaptation so far, and I feel like if there's anyone like me who never dived into the series before, this would be a perfect start, because this adaptation is just quality. It makes me very excited for future adaptations like the One Piece adaptation of the show. Now, can I compare the Netflix show to the original anime? No, because I haven't watched the original anime. But I'm sure you guys would be sure to let me know in the comments if the story holds up to the anime. And if anything, this adaptation just made me want to watch the anime more. It was so entertaining, I was like, I need to watch the original source material. So please give this show a shot if you haven't already. And don't forget to drop a like and a comment, and a subscription. It's been Anything TV, and I'm out. Deuces.